Welcome, my conscious family. Today I was hearing that some of you here need to allow yourself to have fun and allow great things to come in. I'm going to go into the message, of course, but as always, first write down in the comments, I am allowing great things to come to me. Claim this message, set this intention. The power of intention is real. When you take the time to focus on what it is that you want, you're then becoming a vibrational match to it. Trust me, focus is what manifests, okay? And Dr. Wayne Dyer was talking about intention. It's one of my favorite books. So set that intention right now. Now, to go into the message, how you will know this is for you. You feel that great things are coming, right? You feel, okay, this is a very exciting energy I'm tapping into. You feel that it's coming, you know that it's coming, okay? But there is still this resistance to actually allow yourself to receive all the blessings. And why the word fun was coming to me. Since I woke up this morning, I saw a couple of posts or just something with the word fun. And then I remembered something I've heard recently. Gabrielle Bernstein, I love her a lot. She's an author of many books that I highly recommend. She posted something where she was eating popcorn and she says, I am manifesting, she said. And I thought it was really funny because most of the people in the spiritual community, they're always teaching and mentoring and telling you to take action, and me included, right? Take action, go after it. Yes. But the issue with this is if you're constantly in the action, if you're constantly in this masculine go-getter energy, and you don't allow yourself to be in the receivership, you are never actually allowing those great things to come. There is the perfect balance between those two energies. And to know yourself is the greatest thing you can achieve in this life. It's none of the things you can have outside of you. It is to know yourself, to know exactly which phase you're in, what you need to do, what you need to change, to follow your intuition, to follow your instinct, to know yourself, okay? So if you're watching this, you are on the journey to discovering yourself. So what you're being called to do here is to feel, okay, it's a feeling, when you start to go too much into the masculine and you start to clench your jaw and you start to just tick things off your to-do list without actually going into the flow and allowing it to receive. So I'm going to give you an example. I had 4 amazing ideas when I went to the bath. So I went to take a bath the other day, and my mind, suddenly I was receiving all of these downloads that I then was able to implement in my business. Of course, if I am all the time in the bath and I'm always relaxing, then probably I would be, worrying in my head, or I would feel like there is all this excess energy that I didn't use. But when you go into the masculine, you do the things, you take the action towards your goals, and then you take a bath after it, or even in the middle of it doesn't matter, but there is a balance between, then your subconscious mind is wide open. And I don't want you to focus on the how, because whenever you focus on the how and you try to logically think about all the ways the money can come, success, your mission, the manifestation of your mission, which I know that you have. I know that you are the chosen one since you're watching this. And by the way, you chose to be the chosen one. That's a topic for another video. So when you are in that balance, and by the way, not this or this is more important, okay? Very important together. It's like 4D and 3D, very important. You don't want to be, constantly just imagining. You also want to physically take the action in the observed world. In the same way, you have to have this balance. So when you have this balance and you go into this sacred, peaceful, present, intuitive, open, gentle energy, and you relax and you're in the flow, that's when downloads will start coming to your subconscious. And God, universe, whatever you believe in, is going to give you the path of least resistance. It's going to give you the steps on exactly how to manifest your grand mission. But whenever you are in this human, logically trying to manipulate the observed world, you can only go so far. You can only go so far. So whatever you have in your mind right now as this version of you, you can only go so far. Okay? And by the way, while you're watching this, you are shifting. Okay? While you are watching this, all of my videos, they are not only content, messages, educational videos, they are portals. Okay? You are right now going through the portal. So make sure to stay until the end, okay, guys? I see that there's so many things I wanna share. So what I wanted to say here as well, if you feel that this is resonating with you, and you feel that I'm speaking literally to you, that's not a coincidence, okay? I want you to really ask yourself right now, am I fully ready to go all in on my mission, to manifest that retreat YouTube channel offers clients, to go to sleep at night thinking and knowing that I helped so many people, to have that amazing feeling in my heart that I'm living fully in my purpose, to have that financial and locational freedom, to travel, to do what I want, and to make money while I sleep, helping people awaken, whatever it is that you want to help them with. If you're resonating with this, then click the link below, okay? Make sure to do so. Now, going back into what I was getting is allow yourself, even though your ego is tricking you that you need to constantly stay in this speed and you need to constantly do something, I want you to understand that there is an effortless way. And the bridge of incidents will unfold. I know I told you guys about this story, but I will repeat myself because it's one of my favorite stories. And how I learned about all of this wasn't through books or through, like just reading, going to seminars. Yes, I did a lot of seminars and workshops and stuff. But my main wisdom and knowing of the truth of this work came through actually experiencing it. So you can read all the Neville Goddard's books, all the Gabrielle Bernstein, all the Dr. Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, whatever. But if you don't actually have the experience, that's when the belief solidifies. So I always believe there is this magic, that things are happening behind the curtain. But it wasn't before this sequence of events unfolded in my life in 2023. So what happened is, it was December of 2022. And I was visiting my shaman at the moment. And I told him that I literally had almost no money. Like I had maybe like 500 euros on my bank account. My business, I had a natural skincare product business. It wasn't working that well in that month. It was the worst month of my business. And I was in a relationship, I was going through a harsh breakup. Now, before even that, not in December, sorry. Maybe somewhere in October, November, I'm not sure. But I went to my shaman and I told him, just for fun, I was like, I really want to manifest iPhone 14 Max Pro and I really want to have like something physical manifest. Like, what is the fastest way, the best way to do so? And he said to me, go to sleep tonight. And when you are in bed, just imagine you're holding the phone, you're using that phone, calling your sister, like really make it real and include all of your senses. So feel, maybe hear the sounds, the voice of your sister, and just do it once, he said. And then I want you to forget about it. Like, don't focus on it. And I did the exercise. And that's how I am. I am a very coachable and teachable person. If you're not coachable, if you're not teachable, there is no mentor in this world who can help you. So I do exactly what my mentors tell me to do. I don't question them. I do exactly what they tell me. If I invest the money and they choose you as my mentor, tell me everything. My ego is set aside. I'm not gonna tell you anything because you have better results than me. I want to achieve same results as you. So I'm listening to everything what you're saying. Okay? So I go to my bed and I do the same exercise. Now, in November, December, I was thinking about the phone. Sometimes I would check it, but I wasn't manic about it. I wasn't crazy about it. I wasn't checking all the time. And what happened is that I went through this breakup. It was a harsh breakup. I was just left, my partner just left me. I was supposed to go to France to spend time together, and it just ended abruptly through the message, okay? It was a long distance relationship. I was crying, I was so sad, I was like, oh my gosh. But something I didn't tell you guys is also in that time, November, December 2022, I was writing my goals for the next year. And I wrote down, I am making almost, this is in Serbian dinars was the amount, almost it is 3,000 euros. Okay, at that time, it was amazing, great money, okay? I mean, in my country, it still is considered a great salary. Anyways, so at that time, I wrote it down, and in my mind, I was very convinced, okay? This is something I taught today in the coaching session. I was convinced, I said to myself, I am going through a breakup, it's really hard right now. I'm gonna give myself time to grieve, but then up until December next year, I am going to achieve this result. The minute I decided that it is already done, my mind immediately gave me the answer. You're just going to, do more in your business with your cosmetics. You're going to go to the festivals. You're going to contact influencers. You're going to create better content and you're going to sell more and you're going to reach that. And this was double than what I was making, okay? So it wasn't like 10 times more, 5 times more. It was double than what I was making on average each month in 2022. December 2022, I had 300 euros, okay? I swear. So conviction, okay? Number one, I was convinced, I made a decision, okay? That's the power of a decision. Now, about the salary. Secondly, I did the exercise. So when you're falling asleep, you're in theta brain waves, anything you have on your mind is going to manifest. It is true, because your subconscious, the door of your subconscious are wide open when you're going to sleep. And if you make it real, even once, but you truly make it feel real, and you have no resistance, it's going to happen. But you have to have patience, you have to have a knowing, you have to know that it is done, and you have to be in a joyful expectation, okay? So I was in a joyful expectation, I did the exercise, I trust my shaman, I trust myself. I didn't care when the phone is gonna come, because I was thinking, okay, if it doesn't come, I can always buy the phone, whatever, I'm gonna make money, next year. But my whole point was, so I am going to do this once I grieve my relationship. So 1 or 2 months after in the 2023, I'm going to really focus on my work, and by the December, I'm going to make that amount of money. So now I'm talking about the 2 manifestations. My relationship has ended. I made the least amount of money, and I didn't have any investing, saving, managing money skills, okay? I was just spending everything what I make. That's how I was. Don't ask me why, whatever. What happens is I decided I want to travel for free. I was sad, I was angry, I was like, I just want to travel for free. I don't know how, I just want to leave this country. I want to do something for myself because I was in pain because of the breakup. So I go on this website, it's called Trusted House Sitters. I go on this website and I found this amazing, huge house in Belgium. I've never been in Belgium, had no idea, I didn't even want to go to Belgium. But somehow this dog and this house was so beautiful and I decided to apply for this house. I said that I already took care of a dog, I already had a dog, I lied. I never actually take care of a dog before, but I lied. And the reason why I did so, I just want to clarify, is that sometimes for a greater cause, you do have to, it's not that I didn't have a dog, we did have a dog in my countryside, but it's not like I, as a child, took care of this dog, right? So I said we had a family dog, which was truth, but then I said I took care of him, which wasn't really the truth. But my point of being here is, this is the sequence of events, right? It's just happening. You're following your intuition. You're following your inspired, you're taking inspired action. And I remember my best friend at the time, she was like, but you have no money. And how this website works, and I advise to everyone to try this website. It is so cool. So you go to another country, you take care of other people's pets. So let's say I'm leaving my cat and I'm going for 3 months in the Dominican Republic, whatever. And I don't want to leave her in a salon or a dog hotel, cat hotel, whatever. And then I would just say, okay, somebody can come into my house and take care of my cat. So you or somebody else comes from another country, they have a free stay, and they take care of my cat in, exchange. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna take care of a dog. It's gonna make me really happy because, as you guys know, I love dogs. I love dogs so much. I'm gonna take care of a dog. I'm gonna take care of a house until, the owner comes back from his business trip, and I'm just gonna grieve and cry and be alone in Belgium, and that's what I wanna do. So I go there, and I forgot to say something. And you're supposed to buy your own tickets, okay? And I remember my best friend was like, the tickets are like 400 euro back and forth. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I had like, I don't know, I didn't have that. Like I said I said to you guys I had 500 euros, but now I'm not sure because I just remember that I didn't have for the ticket, or maybe I have just for the ticket. Like something about the money was like, oh my gosh, like it's so tight, like I can't, just buy the ticket and have zero money. And I told her, I don't care. I don't mind if I need to crawl. I don't care, something will happen. I'm gonna get there, whatever. And I started to talk to this man, and we were talking about like how, I'm gonna come, when I'm gonna come, what about the dog, da da da. And I said to him, oh, do you know where I can search for like cheaper tickets, or what is the cheapest way to come to Belgium? And he said to me, oh, don't worry about it. Just send me your passport. I'm gonna buy the tickets for you. And he got me the tickets. Okay, so free tickets. I go to Belgium, and we started talking a little bit. He was there to welcome me, and he had a company, a fashion brand. Mind you, month before, not even a month before. So I went there in January, I think, or December. And also before in autumn, okay, so month or 2 months before, I finished a course for digital creation, okay? So I finished, it was like a month and a half or 2 months, a course where you learn how to use social media for your products. So I wanted to become a digital creator, UCG or whatever, influencer. And also I worked as a model when I was 19, 20, 21, 22. So these guys tell me that he has a company, but he's struggling with social media. He doesn't have anybody to manage his social media. They also are not very satisfied with the models who are presenting the clothes. And I immediately say, oh, this is a great opportunity. I was a model. I am now, I have a not certification, but I finished the course and I can do this for you. And he's like, yeah, okay, blah, 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 we will talk. And he goes on his business trip. I am thinking to myself, I get this job. I'm going to get this job. I am going to work for this guy. It's already done. I'm crying for my partner. I'm walking the dog and crying. But I was affirming to myself every day. Amazing opportunities come to my life every single day. Money is flowing from everywhere. I'm always divinely guided and protected. Everything works out for me perfectly. So I'm walking the dog every morning at 8 in the morning. I'm crying and I'm affirming. I'm not allowing myself to fall. Then throughout the day, if sometimes I feel like these emotions, are overwhelming, I cry 1 hour, 2 hours, then again I start affirming, I go for a walk. So I was like healing and really like changing myself and transmuting the energy and doing the work and allowing myself to feel the emotions while also changing the focus. So that's why I say knowing yourself and knowing what it is that you should do, when is the time to allow the emotions, when is the time to change the focus. This is called self-mastery, and this is something we also do inside of the LWC, Leading with Spirit Mentorship. Make sure to click the link below. Now, I'm doing all of that, and this guy comes from Mexico, and we talk again, and I say to him, listen, I was a model, I know how to be very confident in front of the camera, I love fashion, I know about social media, I have my natural skincare products, I had almost 10K followers on Instagram at the time, and he said yes. And I remember one day we were driving, and he said to me, okay, so what exactly would be your job then? And I explained, okay, I would like handle your social media and create content and feel myself in all of your clothes. And he said, okay, so what is the salary you want? And I said 3,000 euros. And he said, yes, no problem. And then not only that happened, the next month I went back home. The next month he called me back again. He said, we need to shoot some editorials in Belgium. There was another girl from Mexico also who started working also for his social media. And he's coming one day to the house to have a meeting with us, and he's bringing 2 phones. He's actually bringing iPhone 14 Max Pro. Not only that, but I also got many free clothes. Okay, so every 6 months we got to spend, I think, 1,000 euro and 500 in the shop of his clothes. And I also got his computer to use for the time while I worked for him. And these 2 things were also on my list for my goals, was to get much more new clothes because I didn't have, to get a new computer because also I wanted a new computer. So all of these things, the phone that I manifested, the money, the clothes, the computer, everything happened from a source that I didn't have in my mind at all in December. So a bridge of incidents unfolded in the most magical way possible because I was certain that I am going to manifest those things. So what I mean by that is when you say to yourself, I am going to start, I don't know, I am going to, let me think about it, what can be your goal? I am going to have my first retreat by the end of 2027. When you are convinced that you are going to have that retreat, like there is no doubt, you're thinking to yourself, there is 12 months, there is like no doubt it's going to happen. It's going to happen tomorrow. Because it's the energy that manifests, right? It's not the time. There is no passing of the time that needs to happen in order for you to get there. It's only about the alignment and the energetic field. Your energy is completely aligned with the vision. So the second I have decided, oh yes, 100% I believe in my shaman. If I do exactly what he tells me, I am going to manifest that phone. I don't care when, I don't care how, I trust 100% in what he's saying to me. And then when I said, oh yes, 12 months to come to 3,000, it's completely achievable. I already have a business, it's already gonna happen, I know it. And then it happened in literally February, March. I moved to the most luxurious area in Belgrade. New clothes, new phone, new computer, totally new life. Everything unfolded in the most perfect way. Of course, later on I had some other issues with the company, but this is just life. Nothing is ever perfect. We are meant to go through ups and downs. But this is a perfect example where I allow myself to receive those things. So I was taking action the whole 2022. And then when I felt like, okay, I need to actually take a step back, I need to have some fun, I need to travel, I need to follow this intuition. When you allow yourself to hear your soul, that's when the magic happens. So much magic is out there, but it doesn't happen for the people who don't have any space in their days for it to occur. That's why you have the best ideas in the shower. That's why you have the best ideas when you're making love. That's why you have the best ideas when you're riding a bicycle. That's why you have the best ideas when you're swimming in the ocean. That's why you have the downloads when you're playing with your dog in the morning at 6 a.m. when nobody's there. Because that space, it's much needed. Okay, so this was your reminder today to trust in the magic again. To trust in the magic and to self-reflect on where you are at your journey. Not from a place of judgment, but to see, are you more, not are you, because I'm talking to you who are already more in this energy, but to allow yourself to find that balance for you, okay? Now, it's been a really long time. Just see what is happening here. Okay, so just give me a second, you guys. Okay. I wanted to pull the card. Okay. I'm going to pull the card. I haven't been doing this in a while. I do it for myself, but the reason why I stepped away a little bit from this, I was doing private readings and I love tarot. I love it so much. But I noticed that a lot of people, they're not actually using tarot and oracle cards in the right way. So these cards help you to connect with your intuition. But these cards are not the action piece. So that's why now I'm changing a little bit my channel, because I don't want you to just listen to the message that I'm sharing, that Spirit has for you, that God has for you, and think, oh yeah, so everything is unfolding so I can just stay where I'm at, because that's not what I'm saying. Okay, so every message of mine has an action piece. Even this one today is still an action. Go out, walk, leave your phone at home, make love, take a shower, take a long shower without listening to the news while you shower or listening to the podcast. Hear your own thoughts. It's still an action. But maybe one person will actually listen to me. So that's why I was like, okay, let me just, take a pause with this, because I don't want you to just, anyways. I'm talking too much. My throat is my vessel, so I need to take care of it. Okay. Trust. I love this. Trust. This is exactly what we are talking about. 31 comes to number 4. Maybe you're a life path number 4. But this is exactly what we were talking about today. It's like, because the reason why you are in the doing and the efforting is because there is not enough trust. Because when you do have trust and faith and a knowing, then you can allow yourself to get lost in the present moment. And I answer this question now. When was the last time you actually allowed yourself to get lost in the now? To like really completely forget about your to-do list, okay? So let me see, this was number 31. Okay. This is a muscle, and this is something I talk about constantly, you guys. Instinct, development, and wisdom. This is a muscle you must continually exercise. Your subconscious mind may at times hold you back from obtaining something you deeply want or a goal you've had your sights set on accomplishing, which could be because you are ruminating on self-limiting or conflicting beliefs instead, or trusting your instinct and intuition. You must allow the universe to work in a rhythm with and for you, trusting that there is always a connection between yourself and the divine that leads you towards fulfilling and enjoyable experiences. This trust in the unknown and intangible will profoundly strengthen your ability to draw closer to you what you desire. If you think of things as being unachievable or unrealistic, then that's how they will stay. Decide to trust, as the alternative is to remain uncertain and concerned. The choice is yours. Be receptive. This is what we're talking about. Jesus. Oh my gosh. It says, a beautiful combination of feminine energy intertwined with masculine strategic intelligence allows your intuitive and creative aspects to rise to the surface. That's why I love cards, because they are so on point. And this is your intuition and my intuition and divine guidance. Don't overthink it. Sit comfortably within these energies and allow yourself to feel and trust those feelings and vibrations. And affirmation. I trust in the universe to provide me with what I need and accept that it will happen when it's meant to. I don't like that affirmation. Because that's like, what is meant to? I mean, we are the creators of our destiny, right? So what do you mean it's meant to? The only way that believing in destiny will serve you is if you believe that your destiny is to be great. If you believe your destiny is to be great, number one, then yes, believe in destiny. If your destiny is anything else than that, I don't want you to believe in it, okay? Guys, it was lovely spending this time with you. If you took anything from it, like the video, subscribe to my channel. This is Karma Energy, energy exchange. So make sure to do so. Stay conscious and remember to have fun.